Very good morning to all of you friends. Today we are going to study about transportation in human beings. We have started with heart, that means the circulatory system. We know that the circulatory system consists of the heart, the lungs, blood vessels, blood and lymph. Now in today's video let us see what is the passage of blood, both oxygenated as well as deoxygenated inside our body by the help of a very simple box diagram, box or word diagram you can say. Now in this diagram you can see that I have divided this diagram into two portions, that is this side the blue portion that consists of deoxygenated blood and this side oxygenated blood. So blood that is rich in oxygen, oxygenated blood that is rich in carbon dioxide is called deoxygenated blood. Now here four boxes I have drawn. The most important one in the center, that is the heart. You know the heart consists of four chambers, that means the right auricle, this side the right auricle, just below right ventricle, that side left auricle and left ventricle. These are the four chambers of heart that we have already done. This is the lungs and this is the body tissues. These are also the body tissues. Now let us see, let us start from any point. Suppose we start from the, you can say, right auricle. Let us start from the right auricle, that means the beginning of the heart. Now we have already seen the diagram, we have already practiced the diagram in which we have seen that the right auricle receives deoxygenated blood from the body tissues. So this is body tissue. From here see deoxygenated blood comes and supplies it to the right auricle. This side also body tissues, after releasing their carbon dioxide they come and they are collected in the right auricle. So in this way right auricle collects deoxygenated blood from the body tissues by the help of veins called vena cava. Vena cava, these are veins. Now here you see after the right auricle receives the deoxygenated blood, then it supplies the same blood to the right ventricle. So it is blue in color. Now the right ventricle will take that will pump the blood to the pulmonary artery. So this is the pulmonary artery. Now in spite of being an artery, this particular exceptional artery, that is pulmonary artery, it carries deoxygenated blood. So please remember, don't get confused. The right ventricle pumps deoxygenated blood in the pulmonary artery and it is carried to the lungs for purification. Now in the lungs, after purification, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange takes place, so oxygen is released into the blood. So now the blood becomes oxygenated. That is why lungs is called the purification organ, or the organ for purification of blood. Now after the lungs purifies the blood, now see, instead of carbon dioxide, now the blood is rich in oxygen. So this blood is carried from the lungs and it is supplied to the left auricle. Now the left auricle through which vein? That is a pulmonary vein. Again another exception of a vein. Veins usually carry deoxygenated blood, but this is an exception. Pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left auricle. Easy. Now the left auricle will supply that oxygenated blood to the left ventricle and then the left ventricle will pump that oxygenated blood into the biggest blood vessel of a body, that is the aorta. The aorta is the biggest blood vessel and it is an artery which carries oxygenated blood from where to where? From the left ventricle to the body tissues. So it divides into various branches. The artery aorta divides into arteries and then arterioles and then capillaries and then supply it to the body tissues. Again the capillaries, they are found in the body tissues. They will now become venules, then they will become veins and then they will become vena cava, and in this way they will again carry that deoxygenated blood back to the heart. So here we see there are two different types of circulation. The circulation from heart to lungs and back to heart, that is called pulmonary circulation. Once again, the circulation of blood from, see here, from heart to lungs and then back to heart. So this is called pulmonary circulation. This box is called pulmonary circulation. And the second one is called systemic circulation, in which blood flows from heart to the body tissues and then back to the heart. Okay, so heart, body tissues, back to heart. This side, this box is called systemic circulation. Above also same thing, this is called systemic circulation. Okay, so this may be the tissues which are present in a head and shoulder region, chest region, etc. These may be the body tissues which are present in our abdomen and the limbs of our body. So in this way there are two circulations. The big one is called systemic circulation and the small one is called pulmonary circulation. Okay, so in this way this is called double circulation because the blood flows through the heart in one particular cycle twice. So it is called double circulation. So double circulation consists of both pulmonary as well as systemic circulation. Okay, so I will upload the summary of this part. You will go through it and please draw the diagram that is given in our NCERT book. Okay, now let us see one very short topic, that is the number of chambers of heart which is present in fish and amphibians and other vertebrates. Okay, let us quickly see the number of chambers. Now, suppose in case of fish, so in case of fish, the number of chambers is only two chambers are there. That means one auricle and one ventricle. So in case of fish, the heart actually consists of one auricle and one ventricle. Okay, so auricle pumps the blood to the ventricle in this direction and the ventricle, they send the blood to the gills for purification. Okay, these are the gills. You know, in case of fish, they don't have lungs, they have gills. So the auricle supplies the blood to the ventricle send it to the gills. Now the gills will send it to the body tissues. Okay, the gills will send it to the body tissues. Now this blood is oxygenated because gills are the purification organs. They purify the blood, and now if this is deoxygenated blood, then this is oxygenated blood. So oxygenated blood flows to the body tissues. Okay, so blood flows through the heart of a fish only once, so it is also called single circuit heart. Got it? Single circuit heart. So the heart pumps the blood to the gills send it to the body tissue. In this way there is only one circulation, so it is called single circuit heart. Okay, this is in case of fish. Now in case of like amphibians plus reptiles. Okay, in case of amphibians and all the reptiles, lizards and snakes and all, they consist of three chambers in their heart. Please remember, three-chambered heart. Three-chambered heart means two auricles and one ventricle. Okay, that means two auricles are there. So this side will be the right auricle, this side will be the left auricle. Okay, and only one ventricle. So there is intermixing of blood. You see, this side will be deoxygenated blood, again this will be sent to the lungs for purification, again when it will come back here. Okay, so the blood will be oxygenated, but here mixing takes place. So there is mixing of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood in case of reptiles and amphibians. Okay, so it is not very efficient type of heart. Got it? So two auricles, one ventricle. This is one ventricle. Okay, now let us see the case of crocodiles. Crocodile is an exceptional reptile. Okay, so crocodile, in case of crocodiles, as well as in case of birds, okay, and in case of all the mammals like human beings. Here what happens? They consist of four chambers. Okay, that means two auricles and two ventricles. So here we have already seen the diagram of auricles and ventricles. Here we know the right auricle, this side the left auricle, this side the right ventricle, this side the left ventricle. Okay, so in this way the chambers are all separate. There is no intermixing of venous and purified blood. Okay, that means blood from the vein is called venous, deoxygenated, and oxygenated blood. So this is the most efficient type of circulation. This is only called double circulation. Okay, so double circulation is seen in case of crocodiles, in case of birds, in case of all the mammals, that means all the vertebrates including human. So in our body also we have double circulation. There is no intermixing of blood. This kind of blood increases the efficiency of the blood and the circulatory system. So because of the volume of the body of these organisms, vertebrates, crocodiles, and in case of birds also because they fly a lot, these organisms require enough supply and constant supply of oxygen. So in order to give or provide constant supply of oxygen, this type of blood is very or this type of heart is very efficient. Okay, that is why it is called double circuit heart or double circulation. Please go through what is double circulation, try to find out by the help of diagram. Okay, what is pulmonary circulation, what is systemic circulation. Okay, so today we have completed the circulation, that is double circulation. Now in our next video we will study about the systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Thank you so much for watching this video.